Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Berkson.
And I'm Mal Pelgrin. Welcome to the latest edition of HNN News.
There's going to be a major change in Pillager High School starting next fall.
After more than 30 years in education, our principal, Mr. Savage, is retiring. Hannah has more on that story.
There is a big change in Pillager High School. After 8 years, Jason Savage is retiring.
Well, every year for about the last 3 years, he's decided last minute to go another year. I'm going to be done. Nope, I'm going to go another year. Nope, I'm going to be done. I'm going to go another year. So finally last April, so April of 2024, he had kind of a medical issue, I guess not kind of, a medical issue, and that sort of pushed him to make 24-25 school year his last year as a principal.
There are a lot of students that had a lasting impact. I mean, to be honest with you, I learned so much from students over the years. It's been incredible, and I've been very, very lucky. Yeah, there was a student I had at Zimmerman named Nick Judnich, and Kyle Conley were two students that we had a lot of fun and a lot of interactions with each other that were pretty cool, pretty special. There are a lot of students here in Pillager, and I don't want to bring up a lot of names, but that I just really enjoy the interaction with. There's this one person that can't tie their shoes ever, and I have to harass that person into trying to tie their shoes. And it's just kind of, you know, picking away at some of the fun stuff, some of just the verbal interactions and the verbal jabbing back and forth with students that I have always really, really enjoyed.
Jason Savage will be missed greatly.
I'm really sad for him, to see him go, but I know, he's going to be retired and he's going to be able to be with his grandkids. So, I'm really excited and happy for him in that aspect. I think I'm going to miss how he was really, active within the school. You could see him in the hallway, you could talk to him. He was a really down-to-earth person, and he always had, he was like a friendly face to talk to, and he was always super nice and someone that, you could chat with if you were feeling chatty or something.
I feel like he's at the point in life where he's ready to move on to his next stage and spend time with family more and have more free time, but he'll definitely be missed, and he was definitely a good role model for all the students. It'll be hard to tell since I won't be here, but I feel like with the new principal coming in, there'll be a new perspective, and it will just be you'll still have the same staff and faculty, but things will be looked at differently, and there might be new rules coming in and change. I know the phone rule is going to be a big one, and it just depends on how the new principal is going to look at things.
Jason Savage has big plans after retiring.
Not to be on a schedule, you know what I mean? That's probably something that I'm really looking forward to. I think I've lived my whole life on a school schedule of some sort, and not to be scheduled anymore, it will be kind of neat to be in charge. I don't know if I'm mature enough to pull it off, but I'm thinking I can do it. So I'll work a couple part-time jobs. I'm going to work up at a golf course, doing some things there, and maybe pick up some other part-time gigs where I can feel like I'm helping out and feel like I'm productive and, getting some things done. Be politically correct, and you don't always have to, do things the way people think you should do things. I think, a long time ago I was told by somebody you don't want to be sarcastic with students. I have never followed that advice. It's like I said, it's that interaction with kids and teachers that I hope is, if I have a legacy, I think that's the legacy that I would want it to be.
The new principal will be starting summer of 2025. I'm Hannah Berkson with HNN News.
Thanks, Hannah. The district has hired David Reeves to replace Mr. Savage. Mr. Reeves was previously an assistant principal at Monticello High School. He will start his new duties this summer, and we look forward to seeing Mr. Reeves in the halls this fall.
Of course, one of the principal's jobs is to make sure everything is running smoothly. And these days, one of the biggest concerns many people have is students' phones in classes. Here's Jacob Hudson with more.
Should phones be allowed in class or not? Here's what Mr. Moen says.
I think Mr. Savage has done a good job of kind of getting ahead of some litigation that's going to come down this summer, and obviously, you see a lot of it with kids and even adults get addicted to cell phones, and they can become a distraction. And I feel that we've kind of done a good job here of getting ahead of it and limiting their use in the classroom. Obviously, there are incidents that we still deal with, but I would say overall it has been kind of it's been a smooth transition from last year to this year, where they have to be put away in the classroom. And with next year, I think, according to what Mr. Savage thinks is going to happen, is that they won't be allowed anywhere in a classroom setting starting next year in any school. So I think we're kind of done a good job of just getting ahead of that.
Well, I think for the most part, from what I've seen, I would probably classify them as a big distraction, because most students, not all of them, but a lot of them, don't know how to manage the phone use or limit notifications, and so they're constantly wanting to see what's coming through. I think it needs to be a balance. They need to figure out when can I use it, when is it not appropriate, and recognize if they are being those distractions, how to limit those.
I think they shouldn't be allowed in class because it's a very big distraction.
I don't think it's a good idea for kids to bring phones into classrooms. It's a great distraction to their learning, and they shouldn't have the phones in class.
I think that students are better served not having phones in class, and that we are more productive and able to get more accomplished when we don't have the added distractions of technology.
I'm Jacob Hudson reporting for HNN News.
Thanks, Jacob. There's no doubt phones can be a problem, but overall our students' attitudes in Pillager good? We asked Bella Clark to find out.
Pillager School has a reputation for being a good school, but it's not perfect. Like all high school, we sometimes struggle with students' attitudes.
I would say we're pretty blessed here at Pillager. We don't deal with a lot of discipline that I think a lot of schools do. Our kids are pretty well behaved for the most part. Obviously there are things that happen, but I'd say attitudes have not gotten any worse now than they were 3-4 years ago overall. It's about the same. And one of the things that I know Mr. Savage and I will both say is, if you're you're willing to do the crime, then be man enough or woman enough to own up to it and admit your mistake, and learn from it and move on. No kid is going to be perfect. They're all going to make mistakes and screw up, and it's you use those moments, you learn from them, and you hopefully become a better human being because of your experiences.
Many teachers think good behavior starts at home.
Honestly, I think the attitudes are a result of what is accepted at home, and otherwise it's just being at school is a different place to be and explore what they can do. Some students don't understand how much it impacts the learning environment when they're rude. They think it's okay and acceptable to be disrespectful and rude to teachers and fellow students, and it's not, so it just gets trickier.
Overall, however, most students and staff agree that Pillager is a great place to learn. I'm Bella Clark for HNN.
Thanks, Bella. It's been another successful year for Pillager activities, but did you know that next year we'll have a completely new sport to cheer for? That's right. After more than 4 decades, varsity wrestling will return to Pillager. Here's Gianna Westerland with that story.
Next year, there will be a whole new varsity wrestling program in Pillager.
I feel great about having our own team next year. We will be on our own for the first time in about 45 years. My dad was in 8th grade when the Pillager wrestling program got cut here a long time ago. So it's really cool to be part of it moving forward in the future.
Coach Horn knows there's going to be a lot of challenges being a head coach.
I don't know what I don't know as a head coach. And what I mean by that is I don't know the challenges that are going to come up, and I'll just have to rely on my coaching staff and support from administration to tackle them. But one of the big things is we are it. So if we are missing a weight, we can't just magically make someone appear that's going to fill that weight. So as a group, we need to be recruiting and getting kids out for the sport. I think that my favorite thing is I get to see athletes push themselves past what they thought was possible. It's a very demanding sport, a very physical sport, a very tough sport where it's really easy to just give up because the match is over, all the pain goes away and you're fine. But seeing students or athletes push themselves through really difficult situations has been my favorite part.
Despite all the challenges, Coach Horn believes we will do well on our own next year.
I think that section-wise, the highest I've told anyone yet is I think we can place in the top 5. And we're really going to have to put it together. We're going to have people at every weight, and it's going to take a lot of work in the off-season for our wrestlers preparing themselves for next year. But I think that in our section, which is a very, very difficult section, we have 12 teams there. There's the returning state champions, Staples Motley. There's other tough teams. Mille Lacs is in there, Holdingford's in there, Royalton's in there. It's going to be difficult, but I think that if we put it together, we can get in the top 5.
And the new program isn't just for guys.
We actually ordered 20 girls singlets, which means that we're hoping for at least 20 girls, 7th through 12th, to come out for wrestling. Varsity girls wrestling is a sport that's really taking off in Minnesota. And if you are a good athlete that wants to go to college, but you're not sure how you're going to pay for college, there's a lot of full ride scholarships out there right now for women's wrestling. A ton of scholarship money.
The new Husky wrestling will start on the mat next fall. This is Gianna Westerland with HNN News.
Thanks, Gianna, and we can't wait to cheer for the Huskies on the mat.
In another Husky sport news, 3 of our football players have decided to continue their football careers in college. Colin Hawkinson, tell us more.
3 Pillager football players have decided to continue their football career in college. Senior Christian Hoagie has decided to go to Bethel University.
I mean, I want to pursue like a pre-veterinary track and eventually go to vet school at some point in my life. But so they had that. The academics are great there. The coaching staff was awesome. They share the same values that I have in my life, and that was probably the main reasons that I chose to go to Bethel. Going to play quarterback, and I guess that was also another reason that I chose to play there, because they were willing to give me a shot to play there. A lot of other schools are trying to switch my position and stuff, and I truly think I'm a quarterback, so I think that was also another reason, but yeah.
Senior Justin Anderson signed his letter of intent to play at Concordia College.
I think it was definitely hard. I had a few different schools interested in me. A lot of them wanted me to play defense, but ultimately I chose Concordia because of offense, and I'm very excited about it. So first of all, education is important, so I'm going to go to nursing school and hopefully become an RN, graduate and get my license to be a registered nurse after school. That's the education goals. And just have fun playing the game I love, and hopefully help Concordia reach that next step for football, which would be good. So,
Junior Earl Brown has committed to play at the reigning national champions North Dakota State University.
I had a few other offers from 2 different schools, but overall I built a good relationship with NDSU. I've been talking to them since my freshman and sophomore summer. And it just felt like home there and I've built a good relationship with the new coaching staff because a few of them left after winning the national championship. So, good school. I mean, they win national championships. They compete at a high level. I feel like that's my best chance to go places I want to go, and I can do that with a band of brothers around me who will support me every day and battle with me.
No matter what with these 3, it's going to be very exciting watching these Huskies in the future. This is Colin Hawkinson for HNN.
Thanks, Colin, and good luck to Christian, Justin, and Earl.
One of the goals of Pillager School is to give our students as many opportunities to learn in as many different fields as possible. You may have heard the rumbles of engines coming from the shop class this year. That's right, that's because mechanic class is back. Here's Brock Vavadich with more.
There is a new technical option at Pillager High School. The class is General Mechanics taught by Paulina Skoviak.
General mechanics is important because it's hands-on, and you can't replace it with AI or any of that stuff, and you need it for every part of your life, whether it's mowing lawn or fixing your boat or driving your car.
Do you think AIs will figure out how to do mechanics one day?
No, because we're on the bottom of the list of things that they should replace with AI. Doctors and lawyers will come AI before mechanics will.
As you can see, General Mechanics is lots of fun. I'm Brock Valvidich with HNN.
Thanks, Brock. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of HNN News. I'm Mal Pelgrin.
And I'm Hannah Bergson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.